The Ultimate Schmoedowns are officially in the books, but we still have quite a ways to go as we continue on the road to the Schmoedown Spectacular, and we continue with an InnerGeekdom match going into Friday's #1 contenders match to who will face Hector Navarro at the Schmoedown Spectacular. So let's find out who goes on to the #1 contenders match between Emma Fyffe and Jason Inman. It starts now on JTH Reacts to the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Out of time, so say goodbye. What is yours now is mine, and I dream broken dreams. I make them come true. I make them for you.
Alrighty. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Still seeing no Kaboom makes JTH sad. From the desk of the commissioner, I think I know what this is about.
Fans,
hey, Green Monkeys, legends of the hidden temple. I don't care what anybody says. That is still the greatest kids game show ever.
This is InnerGeekdom Week.
To heck with Double Dare. Legends is king.
Friday's Fatal 4 match against Coy Jandrew, Jay Washington, and Rachel Cushing. The winner of Friday's match will try to take on the belt from Hector Navarro at the Spectacular. And as I mentioned last week on Inside Schmoedown, next week we
Thad
return
Williams,
to regular season
Legends fan.
matches.
You're
With a
officially
battle that's
commissioner
not so much about
number
wits
1
as it
in
is
my
about witty
book.
guesses. Only Stupid Answers is facing the Wild Berries. The winner will get a match at the Spectacular. No, I'm just kidding. That's not happening. But it should be a fun match regardless. Only Stupid Answers and the Wild Berries airs this Tuesday, November 28th. Also coming up, on Friday, December 1st, DC Movie News is entering the ring against Top That, the team formerly known as Team IGN. After declining a spot in the team tournament, we've all been waiting to see what the Top That heavy hitters would do next. Now you have your chance to find out next Friday against Mike Kalinowski and Adam Gertler. On December 5th, Mark Bernardin returns to competition to face newcomer Lon Harris. These two have worked in the same movie news circles for years. I can't wait to see what happens when they square off. And finally, December 8th is the Star Wars Fatal 5-Way with Steele Saunders from the Steel Wars podcast,
about that.
Joseph Scrimshaw
Star
from
Wars match.
Force Center podcast, Star Wars Explains Alex Damon, Shayna O'Neill, the Geek Girl Diva,
Obviously, I think a lot of people are considering Sam Witwer is probably going to win, and I'm probably going to be
for the coveted Star Wars belt.
On the same boat with that.
Fantastic matches the next few weeks as we go full steam ahead. Spectacular.
Yeah,
But enough for
you
me.
see, I'm still a little bit under the weather. In
Emma
case you're
Fyffe
wondering
and Jason
where
Inman.
my
So let's get ready to
my
Schmoedown.
Levine JTE Ultimate Schmoedown Finals match is, it is online. However, that was when I was right in the dead of a flu bug. So it is online, but I have unlisted it simply because it was an hour-long video, and it's 30 minutes of me trying to say stuff, and the other 30 minutes is me not being able to say anything because I'm too busy hacking and coughing. So, if anybody wants to see it, I mean, I'll give them the link to it, but, I mean, I would just tell you that it's not much to look at, so.
Jason Inman has been chasing this InnerGeekdom title for a long time. He's been running. This is
and of course, Mr. Levine came out on top, which means somebody on the Wrestling Trivia Showdown is going to look like Alexa Bliss for a little while. He knows who I'm talking about.
And they've had some bumps in the road, and I think this is a big key match for her.
So much nerd talent here today, and we didn't even talk about our special guest, maybe the nerdiest of
Mark
the nerds,
Andreyko. That's
Mark Andreyko is here, everybody.
I don't think of Mark Andreyko when I think InnerGeekdom, simply because he's he's been on record. He's not the biggest Star Wars guy, and when you think of geekdom, you usually think Star Wars is the first thing.
You know the competition, and you know what it's like to be under pressure on that stage there. So, what do you think about Inman, Fyffe going into this match?
Well, I think they're pretty evenly matched. They're both really great competitors. They both.
But I've always been curious to see how Mark would perform as a host per se on here.
The wheel will be the deciding factor.
When he was the host on Movie Fights, I felt he he had a lot of charisma and was very energetic and very, very good. And I've always liked Mark. I was watching Mark even before he showed up on Schmoedown, obviously because of the movie fight stuff.
Like you said, might have a deficiency here too, as Inman might. But if you're walking down the street and you see
as far as who I think is going to win, I'm actually going to go with Emma on this. Just
and the thing about Emma that's really interesting is because
say it's a hunch. I mean,
I
was very impressed with how Emma played in that 5-way many moons ago. The infamous pudding match, as I'm sure everybody knows. Emma played very, very well. I was very impressed with that. Inman, I'm not very sure how he's going to fare coming off the ultimate singles Schmoedown. He might still be in a little bit of oh, I forgot about that. Mark, I hope you're on your best behavior. Hope you're a good boy.
I was like, wow, that was kind of mean. So save your cards and letters. I am a man who knows my own flaws.
Yeah, you know what? If you're still sending cards instead of hate comments, send all the cards you can.
Oh, come on. There's nothing wrong with sending out cards.
But but I can judge fairly on this. I think it'll be a really fun match. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And both fighters
yes,
really
this reaction is sponsored by Coke.
They are determined to win.
Don't like it?
Like I said,
Get used to it.
Mutual respect here, Mr. Ellis.
There certainly is, Ken. And when you talk about mutual respect and maybe some light trash talking, that's
so
what
much
we
seems
expect
kind of
to hear
foreign.
from
It's been a
both
while
Jason
since
and
the last
pregame.
InnerGeekdom match. In
Quick
fact,
Coy, Rachel, and Jay.
was Cushing Kalinowski the last InnerGeekdom match we had? No, I guess not, because I think Burnett and Washington was after that.
Last year, I begged Christian
Or maybe.
Harloff to
I'm trying
let
to
me in the
remember.
first InnerGeekdom match ever.
I'd
He
have to
wouldn't
think
do
about it. I'd have to go back to the old JTH archives.
And I handled him. We won our match. I still could have done the InnerGeekdom. So this is my shot to get my chance at that belt.
I feel pretty comfortable where I am, standing, you know, in front of a step repeat, interviewing people after matches, but I like to get in there and compete every once in a while, and InnerGeekdom's sort of up my alley.
So if you saw last time I played, I got screwed by the wheel. The wheel has been my unlucky heel this year. Every time I face that wheel, it blesses me like a baby, or it slaps me like a bitch. Most of the time, it slaps me like a bitch. I hate that fucking wheel.
The last time that I competed,
I don't think
in
you're the only
InnerGeekdom,
one,
I
Jason.
had the first time ever competing in this competition wherein I spun a category on the wheel I was actually good at, and I got a little over eager. I didn't quite listen to the full question, and that kind of threw me for a loop going into the last question of the round, which I should have known. Herbology, it's like a real freaking thing.
Nerd stuff is my life. This is my passion. This is what I believe. Seriously, if you were to cut my veins, the Starship Enterprise would come out. Seriously, it would. I live and breathe this stuff, and now's the time to show it.
Jason Inman, if I hit that
You can
Harry Potter
probably
category in
tell
round 2, I
wearing the
am not going
nice,
to
beautiful,
answer
lovely
questions before
Deadpool
I
shirt
finish hearing the end of
that
them.
was in the
And
rotation
I'm
for
gonna totally
the next
devastate. This time I'm gonna
JTH
get all the points
Reacts.
that I need. You know,
Actually shook that I
best of
had
luck
not
to
won
you
it yet.
if you get Star Trek in round 2.
And obviously, since the
You're a
teaser
good man,
came out,
Jason
it
Inman,
was fitting.
and I look forward to doing battle with
And
you.
I've already worn my
Emma is
Bob
a
Ross
very
shirt.
impressive competitor. You should not count her
Yeah,
out in any match.
that was,
I do think this
that
is
was
a
out.
50-50 toss-up. But like
Should've
every
worn my
hero's
Bob Ross
journey,
socks,
like
though.
Kirk versus
And
Khan,
yes,
like
I
Luke
do
versus
own Bob
Darth
Ross
Vader,
socks.
like Indy versus Hitler.
More than one,
I'm
actually.
gonna take out the person that's standing in front
Painter's
of me.
gonna
Emma,
paint.
I'm sorry to say, it's you. I'm gonna break your wand and I'm gonna send you packing. But don't worry.
I would
I'm gonna
show
send
off
you
them,
along with the
but
sorting
that
hat.
would
Just
be
make sure you say hi to
weird.
the Dursleys for me.
I don't think people show off socks. It's kind of awkward. Wouldn't you say? I think so.
And you see that there? I'm actually really proud of them because you are in a hot pressure situation right now, just trying to get into a fatal 4-way. I think that they handled the pre-interviews with class. We will see what happens when we actually get out.
As far as who I think would win the 4-way, I mean, obviously I'm going to be rooting for Rachel. I think everybody would know that. That's a foregone conclusion. If I had to rank them in order, who I think would win,
he reads a lot of superhero comic books, also Star Trek. He
honestly,
like
I think
Riker.
whoever
He
wins this
is
would
Riker
probably
in
be
his
number
own mind.
2
He knows a lot about
after
that
Rachel.
planet. Emma Fyffe,
I think it
gold
would be
fight,
either
Harry
Rachel,
Potter, Lord of the Rings,
Jason
look at her
slash
spells and
Fyffe. I
wizardry,
think both of them
and
would be
of
the
course,
second
Star
on the
Wars.
list.
She's a big fan of that as well, participating in Star Wars role-playing game shows.
Jay's a wild card. I haven't seen enough of it to know, but based on how he played, I think he played pretty good.
Ken, there's two things that we
Coy,
love
I
to
know,
have
has
a
got some,
special guest at
you know,
the
he's
desk.
got some
One
holes in his
is Zen
game,
Bias Lunch. The
so it's
other
hard to
is
rate
guess who's
between
gonna win
him
here
and
today. You got Fyffe,
Jay.
you got Inman.
I think
probably give Jay a slight. I'd like to see Jay and Coy go one-on-one, see how they would play against each other, because I think that'd be an interesting match. And plus, it would help me out to who I think could have a better chance.
This pink jacket has never not been ready for anything.
Is that the ghost of
I really don't know what Jay's actual weakness is.
The crowd is ready, then it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown.
All right.
An InnerGeekdom
Everybody looks
matchup,
excited, and I
3
am as well.
rounds to a finish. All right, introducing first, representing the Night Sisters, with a record of 0 wins and 1 defeat.
I don't like the fact that they count those losses in 5 ways. Because, I mean, that makes everybody's losses stack up very, very quickly. And the golden mic. That is fitting. How do you like that? Oh, more special effects. I mean, because when you have a bunch of 5-way matches, all the losses just pile up really quick. I mean, to me, that just doesn't seem right. I wish they'd change that. I would say only count wins in 5 ways, because obviously they mean, or you can keep them in a separate, slot.
He is Jason Justice Inman.
Yeah.
Here comes that is a Doctor Who reference. I got it, Mark.
Oh,
there's a Doctor Who
This
reference.
is a Doctor Who reference by Jason Inman. We expected Shrek. We expected maybe Star, not Doctor Who. Coming out of the phone booth hot.
Love it, I love it, I love it. All right, Mark, while the fighters get ready, go ahead.
I don't remember who was the doctor. Who was the doctor in the Doctor Who movie? Was it Paul McGann? Pretty sure it was.
Matchup, like Ken alluded to, the winner of this match here today will compete in the Fatal 4-Way, which is just days away. The winner of that will face Hector Navarro at the Schmoedown Spectacular.
I really don't have a rooting interest, because I like both of them.
You will hear 10 questions in round 1. As soon as you hear the question, please write your answer on the
best of luck to both of them. Just ultimately hoping for a good match. I think we'll get it.
Into the microphone, which is very magical as well. Each question is worth 1 point. There is no penalty for missing a question, and there is no stealing in
And I actually enjoy
one.
the InnerGeekdom matches. I think I've
Are you
brought that
ready
up in
to
the past.
compete?
I feel like I fare better in these than in the regular ones.
Reference. Emma Fyffe, are you ready to engage?
Ready.
Those are legally binding answers. It's time. Let's get ready to Schmoedown.
Yay!
All right, we will defer to our special guest who asked the first question of round 1. The ceremonial first one, but it does count just the same.
The first question is in the category of Harry Potter. What is the first name of Harry Potter's father?
Oh, Harry Potter. I don't know any of this mess.
No, he had a daddy.
I never got into the Harry Potter movies. The first Harry Potter movie I saw was the last one.
3,
And I actually saw it in the theater. I wanted to engage how the atmosphere.
That is correct.
I wanted to feel the atmosphere of the Harry Potter fan base.
Great
And it was
job,
rampant.
Thanks, you too, Jason.
The Lord our Savior, and I would have been wrong.
It was just
Your
fun
next
to
question comes from the world of
engage that
Marvel.
experience amongst people, even though I knew nothing about the movies.
Did Peter Parker originally want to be called at the wrestling match?
The Human Spider.
2002's Spider-Man?
Really? The Spider-Man. It's the Human Spider. You said it wrong. I'm not going out there.
A lot of tension over there. I feel the count of 5 and a 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pens are down. Emma Fyffe.
I don't think this is right, but he is a spider wearing a mask, so I said the masked
No,
spider.
the Human
Ooh, I
Spider.
would have been
You're close.
intimidated, but that is
You're close.
incorrect,
Correct.
Jason Inman.
I'm pretty certain this is incorrect as well. Is it man spider?
So close, the Human Spider. The Human Spider.
Human
both
Spider.
of them.
It was
makes
Bruce Campbell that named him, though.
sense.
Bonus points?
Swing and a miss. No points for
right.
Inman.
All right, guys. Third question is in the category of DC. DC, what's the character name of Christopher
Oh,
Walken
no.
in Batman
Oh.
Returns? Cue bad impressions now.
I was just thinking about this. I can't remember it.
That 1-1.
On the spot.
5,
I was still
4,
doing mine.
3,
I didn't have
2,
time to
That's
and
blanking
1.
on
You
me.
guys are
God
ready.
dang it.
Jason Inman.
Max Shrek.
That is
That's
correct.
right.
I couldn't remember Max, but I did put Shrek.
We do need the first and last
Okay.
name of the
That's
character.
Because there is a son in that movie.
And did you know that Max Schreck was the name of the actor from Nosferatu in the original Nosferatu film?
And with that, Schmoedown is over. Thanks, guys.
And good night, everybody.
Accomplished our mission, and we go back to the man who knows everything about cinema from 1915 on, Mark Andreyko.
Until 1990.
Perfect. Next question, Mark.
This comes from the category of Star Wars, my favorite. What substance can sustain a person in perfect hibernation?
I believe that is
What substance can sustain a person in
Close.
perfect
blue
hibernation?
melon.
All right. Jason's writing 5.
I'm guessing
4,
whatever Han was
3, 2,
put
Repeat
in.
the question.
All right.
Oh, that's one of your repeat the question.
What substance can sustain a person in perfect hibernation?
All right.
You know who hibernates well? Bears.
That is 1, 5.
You ever notice that?
Yes, it's
3,
referencing something completely
2,
different.
And 1 pens down, and we go to Emma.
Carbonite.
That's
Oh,
correct.
yeah, it is.
Inman.
It is
the
the.
carbonite. I didn't have time to write it out, so it's Corbite.
Corbite, we
I
cannot
ran out of time to
accept
write.
I mean,
Corbite.
I think Corbite.
At least it was right. It was
but that's not
what to
right
do with
answer.
the
Try to freeze
Han
on it.
Solo
Corbite
thing.
and Kylo Ren wouldn't get a chance to kill his daddy, and we move
Orbit
on
light.
to Star Trek questions. Worth 1 point. In 2009's Star Trek, what
red matter.
color is the matter used to create the black hole that consumes planet
Pick a color, Emma.
This is
Pick a
exciting
color.
For Inman, he is done
Blue
already.
matter, black matter,
So
white
right
matter.
here we have a countdown.
And
coming
all
in
lives
in
matter.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Mr. Inman.
That is red matter.
That is right.
I said.
Oh,
blue, which is
no.
opposite of red on the color wheel.
That's
so.
right.
Oh, well,
All
at least
right.
she,
Very true. So
at least she
Jason
had
gets
some
the
logic
point.
behind it.
Question
The
brought to
Vulcans
you by
would be
our good friends
proud.
Over at Crayola. Ken Matzlock with the next question.
All right, 6th question. This is in the category of Lord of the Rings. What form does the giant fireworks set off by Merry and Pippin take in Fellowship of the Ring?
What form?
You know Fellowship of the Ring is a movie in the Lord of the Rings franchise.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I thought it was the Ring franchise.
That's why I'm here.
5, 4,
Watch that tape.
2,
Beast.
and 1. Pens are down and ready. Emma Fyffe.
I think it's a dragon.
We'll accept that.
It's a dragon.
Dude, it had to be some kind of beast.
Wow. Also known as Smaug.
Smaug! You hear that, Makuga?
A fire-breathing dragon.
All right, next question.
All right, here we go. Mark Andreyko stepping up to the plate, touching my computer.
Sorry.
Hope you washed your hands. There you go.
Yeah, what is that picture? Wow.
My private.
That's a good thing.
Too much banter between the
Number
hosts.
7 comes from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In the Avengers, during Steve Rogers and Nick Fury's conversation at the gym, where did Steve say he should have left the Tesseract?
All right, testing.
I'd love to have a conversation
Should
with either
left
one of
the
those guys. when
Tesseract.
you said it. That's when I'm most confident.
I would
bottom
love
of the
to have a
ocean?
conversation with Chris
I'm
Evans in the
sweaty.
gym.
The
5,
muscles are getting
4,
the gym, not the
3,
bathroom.
2,
Showers
and 1. Pens are down. Jason Inman.
Bottom of the ocean.
That's going to be correct.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the ocean.
That is correct. Close game. Close game.
They got
right.
the line exactly right. Very impressive work. We move on to your 8th question in round 1, and that comes from The Hobbit. These are the movies that are also in the Lord of the Rings franchise, just not as good. In the desolation of Smaug, what region of Middle-earth do Bilbo and the dwarves encounter the giant spiders and a group of 11 led by Legolas?
What region of Middle-earth? Well, you are
What
not
region?
speaking my language with that.
I'm not up on my Middle-earth mapping, on my topography.
I am just not for
Middle
these ones. 5.
What region?
4, 3,
Earth.
2, 1. We got some head shaking. Emma Fyffe.
I put Mirkwood Forest.
That is correct.
The middle
That's
of
what I said
Middle
as well.
Earth. Oh, lucky Jason.
Everybody gets a point.
Teaming up there.
Great job, Emma.
Thanks, you too, Jason. We really knew that. Totally wasn't a guess.
If Jason wasn't already married, I'd try and set these two up.
Well, there you go.
Speed
Number
dating.
9. Number 9
dating.
out of 10. 9 out of 10. This is in the category of DCEU.
Okay.
Who played Alfred?
Oh,
Batman v Superman.
softball.
Dawn of Justice.
Jeremy Irons. That's a
I
softball.
know who played Alf in the hit
That
TV
turn's
show.
good, man.
Not factoring in here.
Cruel.
We should have an Alf category.
I would love to have an Alf category.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens are down. Jason Inman.
Jeremy Irons.
That is correct.
Jeremy Irons.
That is correct.
All right, we
Emma
have
keeps
a
pace.
hot ball game here. 7-6
Pretty
is the
cool.
score right
Deadpool
now. One more
played
question
Alfred.
in round one, and that will be administered by Mark and Alf enthusiast and Draco.
The category is mixed bag.
Mixed bag.
In V for Vendetta, who played now I know why you have me ask this question. Who played closeted homosexual and talk show host Gordon Dietrich?
Are you a big fan of talk show?
Are you a talk show?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know what the.
I never saw V for Vendetta.
My middle initial's V.
5, 4.
It gets brought up a lot. I
2,
probably should see it at some
pens
point.
down, Emma Fyffe.
I was gonna write it was definitely someone, but I cannot remember who.
That is close, but wrong.
It was definitely Stephen Fry.
That is right.
Wow, and with that answer, Jason
All right,
Inman takes
Emma's
a
got some
2-point lead.
work
If
to
you
make up
remember,
here.
Ken, at the beginning of this very
dear.
match,
I do.
Mark, Victor, and Draco predicted that Inman would win the entire match by 2 points. He now finds himself with a 2-point gap between him and Emma Fyffe as we move on to round 2.
2-point
Ready,
lead.
equalizer, the
In fact, I
wheel.
think that's the Chris
How are you
Doman
feeling, Mark?
guarantee.
Pressure on you
Win
asking
by
these
2
questions? Do you
points.
feel good here?
Yeah, I
Been a
got-
long
got
time since you
yeah,
brought that
I-
up.
You know,
I'm
two good comedians, two good announcers.
Doman was the
Oh,
one
I
that always
can,
said
you know,
that.
Hold up my end of the bar.
I'll be on your
Yeah.
I'll be on your talk show any day.
Or bold prediction.
And we
No,
move
not
on to
guarantee.
round two,
It's a
which
Doman
is
bold
affectionately
prediction.
by some
That's right.
known as the wheel round.
We've not
Each
seen many of
competitor's
those
gonna
bold
get a spin
predictions
at
for a
that
while.
their wheel, and you're going to have a category that corresponds to 5 questions up here at our answer desk. Each question is worth 2 points. If you're not sure of the answer, you can check for multiple choice, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1. Keep in mind, competitors, there is stealing in round 2, and if you don't like the category you spin at first, you are allowed 1 mulligan, which is golfing term for
It'll be interesting to see
Jason
what
Inman,
all's
you
going to
are
be on
currently in the
there.
lead, so would you like to have the first spin of the wheel, or would you like to defer?
I mean,
to
I'm not
Miss
talking about the
Inman?
usual categories. I'm talking about those
first shot at the wheel.
All right,
makeshift categories. Like, there's Who Said It.
I always say
There
that.
it is.
Heroes is on there.
We're
See.
looking for Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Marvel movie.
I'm gonna spin again.
She's
Oh,
Spin again.
don't like
Give it a big
Marvel?
spin.
You gotta think,
Spin his head.
if you love your Potter, you
Yeah.
love your Lord of the Rings,
You gotta
you give
take
it
that
another
shot.
spin to take a shot. Star Wars.
I think she likes Star Wars.
Emma Fyffe, as a matter of fact, hosts a show called Pencils and Parsecs. She knows a little bit about Star Wars. Ken, you.
So did
because
John
you're a huge
Roker,
Star
though.
Wars
We know what
fan,
happened
will
after
be
that.
administering the questions to Ray Skyway. Excuse me, I read that wrong. Emma Fyffe.
All right, here you go, Emma. You get 5 questions. Remember, you do have multiple choice.
Yep.
If
Oh, that's
you
right, 5
want
questions.
Question 1. In
Getting
The
the-
Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon Jinn said there is pod racing on what other planet?
Ooh. Give me the multiple choice.
All right. A, Coruscant. B, Alderaan. C, Mallister. D, Hoth.
I believe it is C, Mallister.
That is correct for a point.
Alistair. Popular name for children in the
Alistair
All right.
Smythe.
Question 2. In Revenge of the Sith, what is the name of the commander who was told to execute
Alexa.
Order 66 against
Execute
Obi-Wan
Order
Kenobi?
66.
Multiple
Yes,
choice.
my lord.
A,
Hold
Commander
on.
Gray.
I'm
B,
not a
Commander
clone
Cody,
trooper.
C, Commander Stone. D, Commander Rex.
I think it's
Commander Gray.
A.
Oh,
Incorrect.
wrong.
Incorrect.
Commander Cody.
That is
Commander
right.
Cody.
Question is for you, Cody.
Commander
Okay.
Cody.
Cody Hall
I
getting
always
a point.
second guess myself.
Execute
Why wasn't it like
order.
Commander
All right, third
Shaq
question.
Do?
Out of 5,
Like
in
all
A
Star
New
Wars
Hope,
names are.
Where was Luke planning to go to have R2-D2's memory erased?
Oh.
Oh, Emma.
I'm totally
5,
blanking. Give me the multiple
4,
choice.
Oh,
3,
Emma.
A, Mos Espa. B, Anchorhead. C, Taloo. D, Mos Eisley.
Anchorhead.
That is correct for a point.
Oh,
I mean, you get a transport
Emma.
there for pretty much all around wherever you're going.
All right, question 4. In Rogue One, a Star Wars story, which starfighter squadron makes it through the Shield Gate to assist rebels on the ground?
Multiple choice.
A, Red Squadron. B, Blue
Means Green Squadron.
C, Gold Squadron. D, Green Squadron.
I think it's Red Squadron.
Incorrect,
Darn
Jason.
it.
Is it blue?
It is
Oh.
blue.
That's a huge steal.
This
That's
is
a
not looking
2-point
good
swing,
for
and it's the
me
second
or
time in this
Emma.
match that colors
Mostly
have held
Emma.
Fyffe.
And sort of
That's right.
me.
Yeah.
General Merrick's Blue Squad. All right, fifth and final question. In Return of the Jedi, how does Jabba refer to Han frozen in carbonite hanging on the wall?
Ornament?
I don't. I'm multiple choice. Sorry, I don't remember.
No apologies needed. A, most prized possession. B, favorite decoration. C, best bounty. D,
That's
most
favorite
cherished
decoration.
possession.
Can you repeat the answers?
Sure, it will not count as a JT rule. A, most prized possession. B, favorite decoration. C, best bounty. D, most cherished possession.
I think favorite decoration.
That's correct.
Yay!
That's a
Points.
big point because
All
Jason
right.
Inman
Actually
looks
knew
like he
that.
knew that
Yay!
answer, but now
Although I
number
don't think
five
they would have
closes the
accepted
gap to
ornament.
just one. And now it is Mr.
Oh,
Inman's
Jason can
spin
do some
at the
serious
wheel.
damage.
He's been
In fact, he
eyeing
can
it
actually-
as he would a lady on a dance
He
floor.
can get a knockout if he runs
The
the
man
table.
can cut a rug, Ken. They call it the Inman Boogie back where he's from.
That might be.
And he has boogied his way into the category
Ooh,
of
Marvel.
Notice that
Marvel
spinner
movies. Jason
ticker's
Inman,
looking
a
in bad
collector of
shape. It might be
comic
time
books.
to
He is comical
repair
book
that
here,
at the
but,
Spectacular.
He's also the host of, DCL Access.
Ooh, could
He's
this
got
be
that
a
in his background?
company decision?
All right, we're gonna need
here?
a decision here in 5.
Let's do it.
All right, Marvel is
Inman
taking a
always
chance.
up for a fight.
This is Marvel.
These are Marvel, so this could be anything that has ever been Marvel film related. Mark Andrews.
Get the cinematic
Okay,
universe
question
out of
number
there.
one.
This is just
You ready,
Marvel.
Jason?
Yep.
Who played Bobby Drake, also known as Iceman in X-Men, X2, and X-Men The Last Stand?
Is it Sean Ashmore?
That is correct.
Holy crap! Who knows that? He got 2 points.
I wish you wouldn't have brought up The Last Stand, because nobody should be bringing up that piece
Your
of
next
crap.
question. In Blade 2, what is the name of the elite vampire squad that Blade reluctantly teams up with?
I need the multiple choice for this one.
I can give you that.
Well, that
for
knocks
1
out the
point. Is it A, the Night
knockout.
Stalkers, B, the Reapers, C, the Blood Pack, or D, the Slayers?
The Blood Pack.
They all sound like great metal names, but that is the correct one. 1 point goes Jason Inman's way. He now has a 4-point cushion.
Question number 3. In 2005's Fantastic Four, Ben Grimm has developed feelings for blind artist Alicia Masters. Who plays Alicia?
Who remembers anything for that movie? Multiple choice.
A. Jada Pinkett Smith. B. Taraji P. Henson. C. Kerry Washington. D. Janelle Monáe Robinson.
C.
That is
Correct
correct.
for a point.
Oh, boy. Inman, a confident, partial guess there. Your next question. In Logan, how much money is paid to Logan to take Laura to North Dakota?
$10,000?
I think I know this, but I don't want to give her the points. Multiple choice.
Is it A,
No,
$20,000?
I was wrong. I think it's $20,000.
B, $60,000. C, $80,000. Or D, $100,000?
Is it 20?
It in
correct.
fact
Correct.
is
For a
20,
point.
and
Yeah.
you get a point for your
I knew it was either
trouble.
10 or
It is
20,
now
so
Yes.
since 10 wasn't on
15-9.
there.
Yes, so politely. Like,
It was very nice. Very good manners here by both competitors.
Your 5th and final question. In 2004's Spider-Man 2, what job does Peter get fired from because he's always late?
Pizza delivery.
That's correct.
that's
2
correct.
points for Jason Inman,
Wow.
and that is what you expect from an Inman, getting a category that maybe some of his fans weren't sure how he was going to do, but he seemed
Oh, I
confident
was
in Marvel.
certain
and
he
the
was going to do
decision
well
keep
enough.
that wheel red
He ain't no
really
slaps at
paid
comic
off.
book movies.
Absolutely, a commanding lead, but it's
Who
not
thinks
impossible for
Jason's
him to
not good at
keep-
comic
has some
book
pressure
movies?
on her, but those numbers could sink Jason just as much as they could elevate her. This is still.
He's not
anyone's
where he
game
is in
to figure
EnterGeekdom
out.
just
We have
because of
seen
Star
crazier
Trek.
things happen in a round 3,
Pretty
especially
sure
when it
he
comes
knows
to
a little bit more
InnerGeekdom.
about the
Mark
other
and Draco,
stuff.
your read on the match so far?
It would be fun. It would be fun if she comes back and makes it close.
She
It
would.
would
She
be
does, she does
enjoyable.
need to avoid the TKO.
Yeah,
TKO is
yeah.
possible here, but like I said, those numbers are where your fate lies.
And those numbers are what we are going to receive from our competitors right now in round 3. You're going to get 3 questions.
17.
Those
You
are
only got
valued at 2 points, and then
the
3
10 base.
points,
What
and
the
then if we
hell
get
else
that
is
far,
there?
5
Just
points.
got
They're
who
also
said it,
different movie
heroes,
categories,
villains,
and that is why we need your 3 numbers.
characters.
Jason Inman, if you can go ahead and give us a number, 3 numbers.
I have
that
no
range
clue
from
what
1
else it would be.
to 17.
I want 17,
Okay.
01, and 9 to celebrate the Enterprise coming back in 2009.
He still did it, even without Scott Mance. He still did it. All right, we have
All right.
17, 01, and 9.
1701. No
I will
bloody
take
A,
3,
B, C,
uh,
or D.
6, and 15.
Those Those are all legal integers. And
All
we are
legal
ready to go.
numbers. Thank
Ken
God for
Ganshaw
that.
will be administering the questions to Emma Fyffe. And like Ken said, Andreyko, we are at risk of a technical knockout right now. Emma Fyffe has some work in front of her.
Yeah, absolutely. Emma, you chose number 3. I just want to confirm, right?
Yes.
Good, because that's Harry Potter.
good.
Harry
Whoa.
Potter.
Yeah.
Whoa. It's
All
a
right.
shame it's only worth 2 points.
2-point question.
Well, she
Who-
wouldn't. It wouldn't be
2-point
TKO
question.
here.
Hagrid.
But she'd
gave
have to get the
Dudley
other two
Dursley
right.
The tale of what animal in Sorcerer's Stone?
A dog?
That's incorrect.
I don't remember.
Incorrect. We were looking for pig.
Oh,
Looking
that's
for
right.
pig.
Oh, God. I can picture it now.
The
All
magical
right.
pigtail.
She
I think
definitely
that,
needs this next one to avoid the TKO.
close the
and
book
you
on this
chose
one,
the
sadly.
Number 6. Number 6. That category is who said it.
Oh, boy.
Who said it? 3-point
Eh.
question. Who said certainty of death, small chance of success? What are we waiting for?
I think it's one of the Guardians.
Can you repeat the
I think it's
question?
Star-Lord.
Who said certainty of death, small chance of success? What are we waiting for?
I'll go with K2SO.
And your winner.
I think it's Star-Lord. I think it was from Guardians 1.
Jason Justice Inman. We were looking for Gimli. Gimli.
Oh, never mind.
The answer, I like the K2SO.
Never mind.
There, though, Jason
I know
has
nothing
been
about that.
A hell of a match that he played. He knew what he wanted in round 2. He might not have necessarily gotten his favorite category.
Well, that was a
He able
prediction
to
that did
maneuver
not go
his way
right.
around this entire match, and then Emma Fyffe, you gotta know it's a pig's tail because they're very famous for those curly little tails
That's
they have.
right. Hey,
Thanks,
all hats off to Emma.
Mark.
She came in the ring, and sometimes it's those numbers. And
It
even
might
then
be
when you
Mark
pick a category
Ellis,
that you
but
know,
you sounded
I'm a
like
Star Wars
John
fan. I
Madden.
could struggle on a question that I thought I would know.
I was
and
about
that
to say
that
Mark
a deep
Madden,
cut
but
with
I was
Hagrid
like,
in
no,
the
that's
tail.
not
So
the
it is gonna
football
be-
guy.
And
That's
Andreyko,
the
if anybody
wrestling
has any
personality
questions
that
about Emma Fyffe's
nobody
overall
likes.
InnerGeekdom knowledge, look at what she was able to
Don't
do
believe
along
me?
with
Just
Jason
talk
Inman
to
in the
Jim
first round.
Cornette.
There were points flying
He will
everywhere.
tell
You
you
just
all
get stuck
about
with
Mr.
a
Mark
difficult
Madden.
category in round 2, and that might make or break you.
Yeah, no, it was these questions. These were tough questions. All these questions in this final round. All felt like 5-pointers to me. But that's why I'm not competing in
That's why
InnerGeekdom.
you're not in InnerGeekdom. All right, we are going to go, though, Mark, backstage right now to Jen Sturger, who was with both the winner and the loser.
What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? I'm Jen Sturger here with Mr. Inman. That was a fantastic match.
Thank you so much.
You got to be feeling pretty stoked.
I feel really good. I feel good that I didn't go out there. I didn't stumble. I took a Marvel category that people were probably surprised that a DC guy took. But you know what? This is one step closer
He's
to
not
that
a
four-way. I've
DC
been wanting
guy.
that belt
He's
for
a
over
comic
year,
book guy.
And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be mine.
You took your time in that second
Mhm.
round. You know, you didn't, like we said before, you didn't jump to
Kalinowski is a
conclusions or-
DC guy.
You definitely went for
That's
the multiple
established.
choice when you
Yes.
had to.
Yeah.
What was your strategy doing that?
My strategy at that point was I just wanted to keep the lead.
Mhm.
I was so worried that if I went for an answer that I would give Emma 2 points. So I knew that I just had to let them say the word, and as soon as I'd hear it,
And she's a dangerous competitor. Yeah.
Marvel is a strength of hers. I knew that if I gave her the chance to steal it from me, she would, and I didn't want to give her that shot.
So going into that third round, though, you had to be feeling pretty confident.
I did. I did until they said Harry Potter. And as soon as they said Harry Potter, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to fight for this. I'm going to have to fight for this. And again, everybody might have discounted Emma out at the third round, but I didn't. I was so worried because she is so varied in all her knowledge. She's just like me in the same InnerGeekdom.
A good all-around.
Yeah, she's all around. She knows a little bit of everything. So even with that lead, I wasn't confident.
Now, we're throwing you right back into the fire later this week.
Man, when am I going to have the time for all
Oh,
this
yeah.
So now,
That means it's
because
Jason
you won this
Inman
match,
week.
you get to
We're
compete in
getting
the
weeks
four-way
and
like we
weeks
spoke
and
of.
weeks and
And that's
weeks
against
of
Washington,
different
Cole,
players.
the Crusher.
Yes.
Yippee!
I mean, how are you feeling going into Friday?
I feel pretty good.
So who's
because I
gonna
trained a
interrupt?
lot to
I'm
come
gonna
into
guess
this
Jay
match. I watched
Washington
a lot
comes
of
in.
movies,
A lot of montages.
a lot of montages. Memorized a lot of starships for no reason. That's just usually what I do in my hobby. But it happened to work for this one. So, but you know, I have one person that I'm really scared of.
Really? Who's that?
The Crusher. Rachel Crusher.
And
Cushing.
you
I'm
should
very
be.
scared of her. The other competitors,
Wait, gotta do
I
the
think they're kind of like
James
me.
T.
They're-
Kirk
they're
Star Trek
varied.
original series.
It's going to be all around luck, but Rachel is a machine.
why? Thank you,
And if she
Captain
hits one of
McCoy.
her favorites on that wheel, we're all dead.
I agree with you on that one. But what's it gonna feel like to be champ for you?
It's going to feel like destiny. It's enough said.
Can't argue with that. We'll see you Friday.
Yeah, see you.
I'm not gonna lie, this is a little weird.
Tried to hold in a
I feel
cough
a lot
there,
more at
didn't
home
work.
here than I do out at the table there. Like, this feels a lot more natural. I think that's what it is. It's like, if I could just have a mic in my hand at the table, like, I'd feel more in my element, and you know, maybe I'd do better.
Maybe we work that out for you next time.
Perfect,
Yeah, it's
perfect.
definitely
We started
like
out really
that.
good.
An interviewer. It's
Unfortunately,
pretty
those
cool.
damn
was
Star
a
Wars
little-
questions.
Yeah,
Say
I'm
Star Wars
disappointed in my performance, but
isn't
you know, you win some,
that
you lose some.
knowledgeable
Let's keep
stuff.
it real though. Like, you were in it.
Yeah, I did pretty well in round one. I was only a couple points down from Jason
The
Inman, so I felt
best
pretty
being
good going
cursed.
into round two.
Star
and
Wars
then,
fans just need to
you know,
stay
Star
away
Wars
from
is
Star
definitely a
Wars.
strong category
They
for
go
me,
out of
but
their
at this
way to
point,
try to
we've
screw you.
had whole Schmoedowns that
We
are
are
just
running out of Star Wars
yeah,
questions.
exactly.
They
We're running
do
out
it
of Star
on
Wars questions to ask.
purpose.
So the level of Star Wars question, unless it's a round one question, which usually the round one questions encompass more of like a general kind of knowledge, hence the carbonite question. But like in round two, the questions start getting a lot more specific. And again, it's like we've had whole Schmoedowns full of Star Wars, and there's a whole lot of Star Wars. So it's like, even if my knowledge in, say, one particular area is particularly strong, it's not necessarily going to translate to be all across the board.
Is that why you're kind of upset right now?
A little bit.
Oh, you made me want to hug
It's
you.
okay.
Oh, Emma, we all love you. And look, that just goes to show you that even when you hit something on the wheel that is your strength, like, the questions are completely unpredictable.
Yeah.
We've seen people that are like, I'm musicals, I'm dance movies, I am
mean,
action movies.
Can we talk
and they
about
get
the number
killed.
of times that Team Action has landed on action and had to go multiple choice for basically every answer?
I don't mean to interrupt this interview, but Emma, you are fantastic. You are a champion in your own right, and you helped build this Schmoedown. So I thank you for a great match.
Aw. You guys are going to make me cry. I didn't wear waterproof mascara. But Emma, we're going to see you back here again here
Yeah,
soon.
I hope so. I don't know. I might just stick to this. I think I'm
Oh,
Never.
no.
We will not let that happen. Women need to be represented in that geek world as much as possible. So we'll see you again soon, all right?
Thanks, Jen.
Love you, girl.
Well, you see it there. I mean, they're handling both the winner and the loser with the grace and class and competitive fun spirit.
Class? We don't know anything about class around here.
Match here. Jason Inman will be moving on to the Fatal 4-Way, which we remind you airs in just a few days here. So, Mark Andreyko, I'm going to give you your Coy Janru, your Jay Washington. I will give you now your Jason Inman. And who else?
Rachel Cushing.
Yeah. And Rachel Cushing in this match. Who do you like coming up in the Fatal 4-Way?
Once again, the wheel is the thing
Yeah.
there. I think.
So you don't like anybody? You just hate the
No.
wheel.
I think Rachel or Jason would be neck and neck for me. But once again, as we see here, if the wheel isn't in your favor, you can have a commanding lead and then just go down in flames.
Yeah.
But if everything being equal, I think it's between Rachel and Jason to go up against Hector.
Ken Knapsack, when we look at the future of Emma Fyffe in the InnerGeekdom, I still think that it is bright. I think that there's some storm clouds. You got to get over that first hurdle of getting a solid W in an InnerGeekdom match, but she has all the game in the world to do just that going forward.
Absolutely. I really hope she continues here. It's just 2 losses. We've seen anything can happen. You can come back from that. Look at the year JTH had a couple years ago. Now he's on top of the world. So you
Yes, gotta bring up JTE because JTE's so great, and he's not JTH. It'd be great if JTE was JTH, but that would mean that I was him and he was me, and that'd be weird. The Schmoedown Rundown. That looks like a makeshift logo of Sunday Night Football. Maybe that was the plan. I don't know. Lots of pink and blue.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, this was fun.
It is InnerGeekdom time between Jason.
Hey, no more
Inman
glitchy
and
opening.
Emma Fyffe, the winner.
That's great to see.
Fatal 4-Way.
Never mind. You
Hey,
tricked
everyone,
me.
Run down with your stat breakdown, and let's just dive right into the numbers for today's match. Starting with Emma Fyffe. She started off pretty strong, going 6 of 10 in round
Why
1.
you do
But after
that to
she
me?
faltered
Give
for
me
the rest of
glitchy
the match,
ending
ended
when
up
I
going
thought
9
it
of 17
wasn't.
for
Hoo
50%
hoo hoo.
correct.
Yeah.
Now, this match further exposed Emma's deficiencies, especially when it comes to the major comic book franchises. Between all
she
things
wouldn't.
DC and Marvel, she's a combined
That's
5
that's
of
not.
23. Now, moving over to today's winner, Jason
It's not a
Inman,
good stat
he
line
was
to
strong
show.
throughout the entire match, answering 15 of 17.
That, on the
for
other hand, is
88%
very,
correct.
very
He
good.
continued to be extremely dominant concerning all things comic book related.
That's right. I don't think Frank has done an InnerGeekdom match yet. I wonder if this will be the norm.
As well as being strong in Star Wars. After today's match, it brought his lifetime accuracy to 70%.
I guess it might as well be, because they've got a lot of numbers to get going for that.
And he's done this by only answering 2 Star Trek.
Another stat line just to put Rachel on top. I'm not complaining.
Expertise. And for more stats and info, go follow SD Rundown Stats on Twitter,
No,
as well as the Schmoedown
no
Rundown
record
podcast
books of
every week
history
on
in the
YouTube channel, as
InnerGeekdom
well as on
division.
Schmoe's No Podcast
Well,
feed
I-
on iTunes.
I'll give you an A
This
for
has been your
effort.
post-match Schmoedown breakdown.
Thank you, Frankie Stats JTH. Well, ultimately, it didn't end up being the outcome I was hoping for. Obviously, I had Emma winning. It would have been nice to see Emma get to the final, but unfortunately, no dice on that. Jason Inman does, in fact, advance to Friday's fatal 4-way match for the #1 contendership to Hector Navarro's InnerGeekdom Championship. I've said it nauseum who I think is going to win, so I'll keep that as a hush. But yeah, that was a very impressive, dominant, dynamic performance by one Jason Inman, and Emma just can't seem to catch a break. That's unfortunate. She pretty much got everything in her favor there. she started out really well round 1, but unfortunately, just a bad slew of Star Wars questions. I knew Star Wars always has it in for all the Star Wars players, which is unfortunate. So Jason Inman moves on. Emma Fyffe, unfortunately, will have to watch the spectacular from the sidelines, but that's not a bad thing because she's a great interviewer, and that will be awesome because Emma is still great, regardless of what anyone out there might say, because you all stink, and Emma's great. So with that said, that is going to do it for this edition of JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Always watch their content first because it's the right thing to do. So with that being said, this is JTH, representing JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Until next time, I bid you adieu.